Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for September 18th, 2017. For your Monday, we have Hurricane Jose sitting off the North Carolina coastline. It's going to be moving northward toward our region, and we have tropical storm watches along all the coastal counties from Delaware all the way up to Sandy Hook. So we do have some concerns with this system, but it might get close enough to produce some tropical storm force winds along the immediate coastline, but I think that's just about it as far as impacts from the system, besides rip currents that we talked about in the video for the weekend forecast video, going all the way up and down the coastline here, and that's going to extend all the way down past our coverage area, all the way down here by Myrtle Beach, so and then continue up into North New England as well. So rip currents will be an issue along the coastline as this continues to move northward, but this is very ragged on satellite imagery. It looks very nice here on the models, but when you look at the infrared satellite, it really looks quite ragged, and this has been the case over the last 24 to 36 hours, where it really hasn't been too impressive. And off to the northwest here is the North Carolina coast as this continues to move northward. Okay, so we talked about it the last couple days. We did talk about the chance for showers right along the eastern coastline here. This is the map we put out in the forum. Anywhere east, along and east of the red line, where we have possible fringe impacts from the outer bands of Jose. And that'll be most prevalent up here, up in New England, but we will have some fringe impacts, of course, across New Jersey, especially the coastal areas where they have the tropical storm watches right in here in those areas. But we do expect some showers, still watching this area for possible showers as far west as here, it says, but that's because we have a band here on the NAM coming all the way this far west. And this is the map that we put out last week. All right, and it does look like there is not much change to that idea as of right now, as this system here continues to go northward. Here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is going to start off at 2 a.m. I'm going to move this forward from this point. You can see the fringe impacts from Jose. This is at 11 a.m. Look, you see an outer band making all the way into eastern Pennsylvania here. Okay, and making its way westward before it dies off. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You have some fringe impacts here again along the Jersey shore here. Not real heavy rain we're talking here. We're not talking about high winds, just winds that are going to be occasionally gusting to 40 or so, and that would be tropical storm force winds, and that's why we have the advisories in place from Monmouth County, coastal counties here, Monmouth, Ocean, and also down all the way down here through Cape May, and also southern Delaware. So those are coastal counties that are under the tropical storm watch, and that is just for the potential for the winds as the system comes up the coast. But that is going to be it. That's all we're dealing with this system, and this is going to move away, we think, overnight Tuesday night, and you can see that here as it's pulling away in the overnight hours. So this system will move away, and here as it is moving up to the north, you see it gets very, very close to our region, and here brings the rain, and that's going to be mostly on Tuesday. And further inland, you might have a band go through here, just a quick band of showers that goes through, and then that's it. And then the system pulls off to the north, and it may even do a little loop out here as it affects southeastern New England. Might do a loop and start coming back to the coast, and that's because if there's high pressure up to the north here. It's still a possibility. We'll watch this and see if it does this, but if it does do any kind of a loop, it's going to be in a much, much weakened state, so it's not going to be anything like it was previously, and we're not talking about anything probably tropical at this point. It would probably be extra tropical or just an area of low pressure at this point. So here's our system moving northward. Then we're going to get over to the wider picture just to show you what we're looking at as far as the systems. Here's Jose. That is going to be moving northward again, doing this number. May do a loop here. We'll see. Maria is out here is the next one to be concerned about. And that is going to be coming up through the Leeward Islands and up probably over Puerto Rico, just north of the Dominican Republic, and it'll be somewhere near the Bahamas as we get toward the end of the week into the weekend. So where it goes from here, does it go due north? Does it go into the southeastern U.S. coastline? A lot of different solutions with this, but a lot of what it does will be predicated on Jose and what it does to weaken the ridge or not. Here is Lee is now was a tropical storm, is now a depression, is going to kind of meander out in this area and just disappear and become a bunny. So the one we're going to be concerned about next is Maria. So that's one we're looking at down the line. Maria is very healthy right now as they're approaching the Leeward Islands, which are right here. And this area is just getting battered. with hurricane after hurricane. They're going to have another one to deal with here in Maria, looking very healthy at this hour. And this system is projected to eventually, by the time we get to Sunday morning, be in the northern, or just east of the northern Bahamas. And again, whether it goes into the southeastern United States, into South Carolina, North Carolina, and also due north or northeast is also a possibility. So we got to wait and see what happens. And this, believe it or not, is what the this particular model happens to show for the remnants of Jose in a much weakened state. So this will dictate exactly what happens with this, but a little too early to call exactly where it goes. We're just going to keep monitoring it in the meantime and monitor its progress and its pressure, because we could be dealing with something that ends up over Hispaniola, which is something that likely shreds any hurricanes that goes across here. But the National Hurricane Center does, in fact, have this going to a Category 3 hurricane before it makes landfall over Puerto Rico. So that would be, of course, another major hurricane that we're dealing with. Once it gets past here, it gets a little sketchy, so we'll just have to track that as we get in through the course of this upcoming week, and then hopefully we can narrow something down as far as U.S. impacts after that point. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is our outlook for September 18th, 2017. Have a great Monday.